I just got back from a walk with Espy, and it made me think of a story I haven't shared with you yet. And in case you're new here, I tell stories so that you can learn vocabulary and grammar in context, which is one of the very best ways to learn it. So this story is about when I was first learning to drive, and something very funny happened. So stay tuned. Welcome to English Coach 3Ts. I'm Tanya. And when I was first learning to drive, I remember one day when my mom took me out to practice driving. I was in the driver's seat. My mom was in the seat next to me, the passenger seat. And Joe, my little brother, was in the back seat. I just told a story about my little brother, Joe. If you missed it, you can check it out at the link above. So we get in the car, we get going. I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little tentative, or you might say nervous or extra careful, because this is my first time to drive, and I can't remember if I had ever driven in my mother's car before. I don't think so. She had a little car. This was in the early 1980s. And I was driving along and she was telling me, do this, do that. And I was feeling not only tentative, but kind of excited and proud driving along and sort of like, look at me, I'm doing it, I'm driving. And we got not very far from our house where I didn't have to take so many turns and we could drive on a straightaway, or in other words, a road that didn't need us to turn. And I'm driving along and I notice one of my friends from high school. And I think to myself, oh, I really want my friend to see me driving. And he's walking on the sidewalk on that side of the street across from my mother. And so I'm driving and thinking about waving to my friend. And as we get closer, I lean over my mother to wave at my friend, but I didn't let go of the steering wheel. You might be able to guess what happened next, but because when I leaned over, I didn't let go of the steering wheel, I turned the car and I almost jumped the curb. So the curb is the part of the street between the street and where the sidewalk is. I'm laughing because of Joe, my little brother. I remember he was like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. The worst part of this whole story is that because I turned and jumped over the curb, I drove the car off the road and up onto the grass. So my friend had to jump out of the way. And to say the least, he saw me driving, but I don't think he was impressed at all. Gratefully, it all worked out okay. I have to say, I was a little bit shocked myself because I just thought I was going to wave at my friend. This was one of my first times driving, so it didn't occur to me that by not letting go, you would think that I would have thought about that, but sometimes when we're learning something, we can't think of everything that is going to happen. And this is why it's important to have a teacher that can be patient and help you and guide you along the journey. Listening to stories like this one is going to help you to remember not only the new vocabulary you might be learning here, but any of the words you've used that you want to continue to use and the words you're starting to learn. If you are a woman who'd like to be fluent in English, and you're looking for help on how you can build your confidence. What does it really mean to be consistent? And how can you practice in a way that really works? I'd like to have you join me in my free class for women, 3 Secrets to Becoming Fluent. If you'd like more information and you'd like to sign up for free, take a look at the link in the description below. If you want to keep improving your English and becoming more fluent, take a look at this video next, and I'll see you there. Bye. About my little brother Joe. If you missed it, you can check it out